Figure collecting can be a fun but expensive hobby. When looking to get into it, there are several things that you should probably consider: price, quality, store, and figures you want to buy. One of the most important factors is how much money you're willing to spend towards a collection. This can help you determine certain factors, like the size of figures you buy. The most common sizes, 1/7 and 1/8, are typically going to be cheaper than a 1/4 sized figure. In that same train of thought, the brand you buy will usually have a significant effect on cost. For example, pop-up parade figures are going to be a cheaper option than figures from somewhere like.
寿屋、
This is because one of the biggest factors to price is the quality. Even though a 1/4 scale figure is usually more expensive than a 1/7, it may be the other way around, depending on the quality. Quality can be determined by several factors: material, paint, and brand. There are several materials that can be used in figures: PVC, ABS, resin, and polystone, along with a variety of others, but they aren't as popular as the ones I've listed. A majority of the time, you shouldn't need to worry too much about material, especially since multiple materials are used for different parts of a figure. There are some differences, but unless you're trying to paint them or plan on testing their strength by throwing them against the wall, I wouldn't stress too much about this part. A figure can either be hand painted or mass produced through machine painting. Personally, I don't find a hand painted figure to be worth a higher price tag, but they will probably have better quality assurance, so if you're a stickler for quality, they may be more up your alley. As mentioned before, different brands have different prices, which means the quality will differ based on which one you choose to buy from. Pop-up parade figures have a relatively high quality in relation to their relatively low price. With all of this information in mind, you might be curious about where you should go to buy figures. First off, I recommend staying away from sites like Amazon, Wish, and Alibaba. While you may strike gold every so often, the vast majority of figures will likely be of low quality. As for other online stores, the major factors that you need to be aware of are prices, shipping, and inventory. Different stores will generally be around the same price points for figures, but you'll want to check to make sure you aren't getting one that's being sold at a more expensive price. A figure you want to buy may be a little cheaper on one site, but it could be shipped out from Japan. This will raise the cost due to shipping fees, as well as an increase in the time it takes to get to you. When purchasing figures from overseas, you'll want to choose a store with several figures you're interested to buy on a single purchase. This will help to negate the overseas shipping costs, as most figures will be bundled together in one large shipment. Now, with all this being said, the stores I bought figures from are Right Stuff, Tokyo Otaku Mode, AmiAmi, and Crunchyroll. I personally don't think you can go wrong with any of these choices, as long as you take into account what I've mentioned. However, there are some additional things you may want to consider. I know Tokyo Otaku Mode has a subscription service with reward points, which might be a good option for you depending on how much and how often you purchase figures. That's all I have to say on the topic. There are probably some things I missed, so if you have any recommendations for me, then let me know in the comments.